Hello, what's up? I hope you guys had a good day. I was just in school actually. I spent the day there today with some of the girls, and it was really good. I really enjoyed my time there today. So I hope if you are home that you had a good day too. And no, girls, that I'm praying for you. I'm praying for all of you in this time, and I'm really asking God to give you guys peace, because I know that we need it. So be assured that I'm praying for all of you, for all the girls in the school. Come on. So yesterday I said that I would answer the question. Someone asked me a question. They said, is COVID-19, so is everything that we're going through in this moment, is this a plague from God? Is this a punishment? So what where is God in all this? So I wanted to answer that question because I'm actually a little passionate about this question actually. And to be quite blunt and to just come out with it, I think this question has two aspects, okay? And first aspect, first thing, do I personally believe, Amanda, from what I understand about the world and about God, that this is something that God, has like sent, no. So I don't believe that this at the root, so that this was planted by God. I actually think the very opposite. I think there is a lot of evil in this. So that's point number one. So no, I don't think, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because although I think God didn't cause this, and I don't think He would. I think there is a bigger purpose or a bigger point about everything that is going on that we need to stop and reflect on. So instead of like kind of being focusing, oh my God, is this from God? Is this what is this? I think we need to see what is this for, and I think a lot of So I think God didn't cause it, but He's certainly in control of the situation. Otherwise, He wouldn't have allowed it. So God didn't cause it, but He's God, so He knows everything and He has everything in His hands. And why is He holding COVID-19 in His hands? Maybe why is God holding it? Why doesn't He just like eliminate it? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I think God, although He didn't cause it, my opinion, He is certainly using the effects. He's certainly using it to kind of guide us and to be with us and guide us in a new direction. And actually, COVID-19, if you look at what the scientists have said, and I think this is really important to take into consideration, is that COVID-19 actually, where it started in China, it has links to how the people there were treating the animals. And let me tell you what this equals to. This is basically a sign of how so now us, humanity, we are treating our environment, and we are treating the world that we live in, and the animals and everything, and how we have been disrespectful, and how we have not used our resources. So everything that the creation that God has given us, how we haven't used that well, and we're destroying it. So if we're destroying the environment where we live, surely that environment is going to degrade, so that's going to be like become bad. So I actually think our selfishness, how we are relating to our environment and the animals, if you think about it, this has so the scientists are saying this has connection with how the people there were treating animals, and then this kind of spread it through our use of our animals and everything around us. So actually this scientifically doesn't go back to God at all. if maybe there was no explanation of how this started, if there was no other like we didn't know, okay, we don't know where this came from, we literally didn't know, then maybe we could wonder, was this sent from God? But actually there's a bigger message to learn, that maybe the way we are behaving is not good. How maybe we have been running around a lot without thinking. Literally, we have been so reckless with our way of life, and we know this. We haven't stopped at all. We just keep going and going and going, and it's all about money, and we don't reflect. So I think although God didn't cause this, He's certainly allowing us to live the consequences of how we're living, the consequences, and to have a reflection, to actually maybe God is like, okay, will they see that the way that they're living is maybe not good, it's not good for them, it's not good for their humanity. They're not thinking beyond. And so I think this is where our instability comes from, and I understand that we're very anxious because we have, I think we don't think beyond. We're very earthly. We just think that it's all about now, it's all about getting things now. I want things done now, and I want things done my way. So all of this accumulated has, I think, resulted in everything that's going on. So even like the anxiety and all these things, I think it's just kind of telling us that actually there's a different way of living, that there's a healthy way of living life, and unfortunately we are living the consequences of that, and the consequences is like people dying. But I think from now, hopefully, we need to realize that we need to live, and we need to live well. So that's my short answer to you, because I don't think God causes bad. The one thing I know about God, and I know about the Bible, is that God always works for the good. So if you want to tell when something is from God or not, look at what it has produced. So God is always good. So even when there is bad, regardless where it comes from, God will always make an act of goodness through that. So you pick out something good that we can maybe learn from, and evil is not capable of making any good. So I don't think this, I hope that makes sense. And I have the cross here, and the reason why is because I think we Christians believe that Jesus, God, he suffered. he went to the cross, and I think what God is saying is like, even when there is suffering, even then, in the worst of suffering, even when we feel alone, God was able to transform the situation into a source of salvation, for us and for our humanity. So don't worry too much if you or don't worry if you like really panicking if this is from God or not. Just think, what good is God trying to do out of this and take out of this? God always works for the good, always works for the good. We just need to tune in into that reality. So I hope that is kind of clear, because then I think the bigger question now is, what can we learn from this? How can we move forward and move forward well? Because whether in the end, if it is from God, if this was caused by God or not, the bigger question would be, what do we do now? Well, how can we live better? So that's my explanation. If you have any thoughts on this, any more thoughts or any more questions, do send them to me, and I'll be very, very happy to look at them. So even the passages that that have been sent about God sending a plague, or God sending locusts to the land, even that passage speaks about even when there is suffering, when there is kind of calamity and there is all this kind of plagues, even then God wants to speak, and God wants to say, actually, what I really want is not the evil. What I want is the good, and I want to heal you guys, and I want to be with you guys, and I want you guys to live as best as you can. So at the heart of it, even when there is something that is negative, God is always trying to make good. So in the end of it, if there is good, then we should be reassured that, you know, God will help us in that moment, and that's what He's pointing us to the good, rather than the bad. So my question to you now is, you know, take a moment to think, what can you take out of this insane situation? Can you take out that actually you want to you know, thrive to be like a better person? Do you want to get more involved in helping the world? Do you want to get more involved in helping the environment? Do you want to get more involved in helping produce good politics that is going to work for the better of people? Do you want to work for a better economy, for an economy that is going to be beneficial not to one person, not to yourself in a selfish way, for an economy that's going to be beneficial for everybody, for thousands of people? So my question to you now is, what do you learn from this? That maybe you need to go out more into nature, that maybe you need to be more connected with creation, or that you need to invest in yourself a little bit more because you need it to for your mental health. You need good relationships. I don't know, what are you gonna take out of this? So I'll leave you with that question, because I think that's a much better and more important question for us in this time. What does this all mean? So all right, again, if you have any questions, let me know, and I look forward to being with you guys again, maybe even in person in school. I really enjoyed again being there and with these videos as well. I look forward to being with you guys as much as possible. So God bless.